Brett teaches Raspberry Pi.
Brett teaches Raspberry Pi.
Brett.
Tech is cool. T-minus 5 seconds.
Brett teaches Raspberry Pi.
Alrighty, now that we're in our operating system, we're going to go ahead and make one configuration setting change to make sure our Sense Hat works without problems. To do this, we're going to update a text file called config.txt, and it's a configuration file for our Raspberry Pi. We're going to open up the terminal window. It's up on the taskbar. It looks like a little black square up there. You can see my mouse hovering it right now. If you click that, it's going to open up the terminal window here. Now, in order to update this file, we're going to have to, like I said, edit a config.txt file. It's a text file on the system. It's a file that contains how the Raspberry Pi runs and does all kinds of other settings. So to get to that, we're going to have to type a little command in here. So the first command we're going to go ahead and type is starts with the word sudo, S-U-D-O, and it stands for super user do. So you can see me typing it here, and then followed by the keyword nano. Nano is a text editor on the Raspberry Pi. So we're going to do sudo space nano space, and then I want to do /boot/config.txt. Now that's the path to the text file that I want to change. Okay, so here we are typing in that configuration location, and so this, once you enter, it pops up this text file here in our nano editor. We're going to go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom of this file and add our own configuration because the thing we want does not exist yet. So once you scroll all the way to the bottom of this, we're going to add a new line of code just after all of the text there. And the thing we're going to type is dt overlay equals rpi-sense, and you can see it on the screen here. And so this configuration tells the Raspberry Pi that, trust me, the Sense Hat does exist and there's no need to try and attempt to detect it, because sometimes that detection can fail. We're going to go ahead and set it there. So to exit this thing, we need to hit Control+X to exit, and then it's going to ask us if we want to save here. So let's go ahead and hit Control and X, and you're going to see the save option pop up here. And then right there says, do you want to save this? We're going to hit Y to save. You can see Y is the option, so click Y, and then we're going to hit Enter to finalize it. Okay, there we go. Our file is all done and saved. And so I can shut down the Pi now, and we can hook up the Sense Hat. So make sure you have all that saved and finally done. We're going to go up here to the Raspberry Pi menu in the top left corner, and then pick the green option there at the bottom that says Shut Down. And then we're going to choose Shut Down here. This will shut down the Pi and allow us to take out. Okay, we've got the operating system installed on the Raspberry Pi itself. We booted it up, tested it out, and it all works fine. So our next step is the most exciting, right? We're going to put this Sense Hat on there so we can start programming against it and see all the cool things it does. Are you excited as I am?
I'm excited. Let's see it.
Okay, when we boot this up, you're going to see some really amazing colors. So let's go ahead and do it.
Perfect.
So we're going to go ahead and take this Sense Hat here and slide it onto the Raspberry Pi itself. Now you got all these pins. On the back of the Sense Hat, you have the holes that are going to go on it. So you're going to just slide it over the top of that, and then find where it starts seating inside of it. And then you're going to push it down until it seats itself in there. Don't push too hard, just get it as far down as it'll go, and you're set. Okay, you ready to see this thing boot on?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go ahead and power it on through the power switch here, and we're going to see the lights.
Ooh.
Isn't that neat?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the 8x8 RGB LED panel here. It's lighting up, telling us that it's booting up, and we're going to be able to jump in the operating system and start messing with that. Okay, we're booted up and ready to start coding again. So the first thing we're going to do is get the IDE open that we're going to code inside of. So we're going to click the little Raspberry Pi menu icon on top left, click Programming, and choose Thonny Python IDE. This is where we will write the Python code used to execute our programs. So as a test, we're just going to write a simple program in here, and we're going to start with the keyword print. Now all print is going to do is write down in that lower white box on our IDE here some text we type in here. So the first thing, we're going to wrap it in parentheses. Anything inside the parentheses is what gets written. We need to put them in quotation marks to say it's a string. So here we go, print world, or surrounded by our parentheses in quotations. And before we run it, we have to save our file. So we're going to go ahead and hit save up here. I'm going to choose to save it to my documents folder just so I know where they're all at. You can save them wherever you want. Up here, we're going to give it a name. I'm going to call it test, and make sure you do .py. Py stands for Python. Make sure you do that file extension on it so it knows it's a Python file. And then we're going to hit OK. Okay, this file is saved now, and we should be able to go ahead and run it. If you notice, we click run. It says down there, hello world down at the bottom, so we know everything's up and working. So we're all configured and ready to go. We're able to start coding and start doing stuff with the Sense Hat. And so we'll do those in the upcoming videos here.